Everyone thinks offense is everything to climb in legends, but the reality is you have to be strong in defense as well, because if your defense doesn't stand good, then you are cooked. You will not be able to climb the legends quickly. So here I am sharing top 5 bases for Town Hall 18 which I have tested in Legends League. Starting off, this is the base number 5. Base we have separated our core from the Town Hall, because to get into the core it is sometimes easy if you create a good funnel, while it is still difficult to land a fireball on that, because our defenses are been scattered all over the base. So if you take too much time for your warden charge, then still you will have to face the time fail. We are using a long shot in this one, and since you can see both of the fire spitter are in the core with the revenge tower. The 4 of our builder huts are also inside the base, so even the fireball lands, it will not be able to take all the buildings at once. Here I am using bomb hive, because bomb hive will send the bombs regularly and it will damage the warden if it gets in his way. So this one stands very strong. Here I am showing the so here I am showing all the traps which I have set, so you can change that, while I will say you should keep it like this, because this has been working pretty well and you will get easily be able to stop at least players around 220 to below 210 if you are at 5500 trophies or above. Now moving up to base number. This one is tricky, because you can see that our town hall has been isolated and the defenses are also scattered, so it takes time for an individual to think where to land the fireball. Now the best possible way to land the fireball on this base is on the revenge tower, but a lot of players would not be able to do that. They will always go for the monolith mostly, or maybe for the fire spitter and the X-bow, because I have used this in legends and they have always been going for that only. There were few 3 stars, but that was not much, and you get a lot of 1 star in this base and a time fail. So you can use this, and this is ranking at 4 just because this base is difficult to think in 30 seconds, that where you have to start your attack, where to send your fireball and everything. If the person is using dragon attack, still this will stand strong, because if you can see that our X-bows are been scattered at all the corners with some key defenses which will be able to distract the flame flinger or maybe the totem spell as well. So this will take a lot of time even if you are a dragon attack. Now I'll show you the traps. So as you can see, we have kept most of our bombs and everything near spitter, because most of the players go from that side, and when they go from that side they are going to fall in the trap area and they might lead to the time fail. This one will also give you almost somewhere around 200 or 180 if you are below 5500 trophies, but if you are above 5500 trophies, it will give you below 250 on an average. I have used this currently just 2 days back, and this has worked good for me as well. Now moving to number 3. This is, I know a lot of you will say this is almost the same and a lot of players are already used to this, but this is not always the same, because a lot of people get overconfident on that one and usually mess up the attack. This all bases are not built by me, so if anyone has built this base, so you can please mention in the comments, I can give you the credits. Although I have moved the traps, and because the base might be a generic, so moving to the base, as I was saying that not every base is the same, because if you will see in this one we have a lot of high power ground area at the 3 o'clock, and from most of the time when I have used this base, people usually go from the 6 o'clock or maybe from 9 o'clock, but whenever they do, they miss their fireball, or they tend to get time fail most of the times, and this leads to a lot of 1 stars if you are a meteor golem player, or even if you are a dragon player, because the center of our base is very much a high power, which usually gives very much trouble if you miss your fireball or take too much time for your warden charge. These are the traps which I have been using in CC. I believe it's personal choice, but usually I go with 1 furnace, 2 ice golem, and rest of the archers, because that is the one which is working for me. I have tried super miner, I have tried the rocket loons, but they help, but not every time. The ratio is less, because when you use ice golem, you usually get time fail because of that most of the time. So here is the traps. So if you will see, I have kept a few of the traps on the top side, because if a player goes from there, or even if the king is at low health, then they usually will fail over here. So this is the thing for this base. Now moving up to base number 2. Again, this is the base which you might have seen a lot, but this will work a lot much better than you think. It gets a lot of 1 stars, and now if on this base, if you see, then most of our the core defense is strong, but our monolith and the multi-gate tower with the CC8 at this top side, and when you use furnace in the CC with the 2 of the ice golem, this gets a deadly combination, because if the player decides to go from there from the top side, which is not usually the case, but still if someone goes from there, they tend to get toasted by all this thing. And even if you leave this at the end, your troops are already at low health, your kings are your heroes are also not healthy, and this usually leads up to 2-star high percentage if you are a good attacker. But if you miss even a single thing in this base, you do not get a comeback on this one. But still you might use this and might get a lot of good attackers, because this is very much common. Yet I have given it at top 2 position, because this is working, and this has worked for me, at least for last week, not for the current week, because currently I am using the first base, which I will be sharing next. Before that, let's see the traps. So most of the traps are near the fire spitters, which is the usually thing, because if you send your warden from that side, there are very much high chances that the player will lose their warden because of these traps. They might miss their fireball because of the hidden Tesla which we have planted over there. Other than that, this base, as I mentioned, is very strong. Now going up to the top first base. This is the base at the first rank, and I am using this currently in my legends. This has been exceptionally working well, because on this base I am yet to get a 3-star. So not for many days I have been using this, but for 2 days I have used this, and this has been standing very much strong. Currently, if you will see, then our core is not very strong, but yeah, it is strong because it has monolith, revenge tower. Both of our spell are over there. I have used one invis spell which keeps the monolith standing, and if everyone goes for the monolith, they usually get toasted because of the revenge tower. Even the long shot is there. Long shot gets invisible, so there is no chance that they can go for the long shot because of the invis tower. Mostly people go from the fire spitter end, but they fail their fireball, or even if they do get their fireball on the fire spitter, their army gets splitted, which usually gets them 1 star or low 2 percentage, because of the CC is right below the downside, sorry, of the fire spitter, next to the giga bomb, which gets a lot of damage, which deals a lot of damage. At the top side, if they keep it at the later stage, then you can see we have both of our scatter shot over there with the bomb hive, which keeps on dealing the damage. Now, because if your bomb hive would be at higher level, then it will keep dealing the damage even if troops go in the core or reach towards the clan castle. This one is a lot of things are everywhere in the base, so even if you go from anywhere, they get 30 seconds to decide where to fireball. Few of them miss in that thing and do a very bad fireball. If any person gets good fireball, still they tend to get messy all around the base. Now the traps are, as you can see, all of our hidden Tesla are near the fire spitter, because as I mentioned that most of the player go for the fire spitter and they usually get fail because of this hidden Teslas. All of our giant ball, if you can see that, are on the top side, because most of the players are keeping that area for the end, and when it is for the end, their troops are not very much healthy, their heroes are very low in health, they usually fail over there, they die, which gives us 2 star, and that is a defense for us. Lot of things are there. I can't cover everything in detail, but I would recommend you should also use these bases in your legends, and share in the comments that how much is your defense after using this base. So that's it for now. Stay tuned, I'll be sharing more such content, more such strategies where you can improve your attacks, you can be better player at Clash of Clans. Until then, clash hard, climb higher.